retirement, property, and babies?
Fuck. We're in our 30s, and we talk about it now. Welcome to the first episode of our We Talk About Being 30-something series.
Nice.
It's me, Joe.
Hey, I'm Marisa.
And we are going to start talking about what that's like. So first off, for anyone who is under 30, be prepared. You're going to love this because the other things that's going to hit you is like on your 30th birthday. People who are in their 30s, you'll probably totally get this. Over 30s, tell us what the hell we need to start preparing for when we hit 40.
Please.
But let's get started.
Okay.
So,
first topic.
Retirement. Literally, It's something growing up you hear about.
Yeah.
But it's not till you're 60, 70 years old, so it's like, whatever, I'm
right,
young.
that you reap the benefits of.
Anything can happen.
Right. You're supposed to start preparing for it, like, I think from the time you were born, they're like, oh, you should have money aside for...
But who does that?
I don't know.
So, like, suddenly when I hit 30, I was just like, oh shit, this is real. Like, I have almost no money saved. How am I ever going to be able to stop working?
But how do you know? How much money are you supposed to have saved? Like, at 30, what's the number?
So, because I'm a little crazy, I looked into it.
Okay.
I went on my bank's website because they have a plan for retirement little thing where you answer questions, your lifestyle, your current income, how you live, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
And it, no joke, told me I should have $3.5 million saved for retirement.
Wait, by now?
No, for when I retire. I will need $3.5 million
so by the time
to retire and live my lifestyle.
2 or 65?
I did 65. So, without the stock market, interest, investments making that explode,
We're doomed.
I would need to save $70-something thousand a year, which, let's face it, I don't even really take that home. So, how? I'm like, literally, how am I going to be able to retire?
Well, I think it's that people, your job is a little bit more traditional in the sense that you put in money, right? And does your company then match for your retirement?
1%. Match, yeah. So I'm totally in my 401k, but it really got me thinking, like, there has to be another way, because realistically, how many Americans retire as millionaires? Like, it can't be a reality. So,
and if you're 65 and you got 3-point-something million in the bank,
right,
like,
how many people...
Let's get out of the country.
If all Americans were retiring as, like, millionaires, you're literally a millionaire at that point. So I knew that couldn't be, like, realistic, but I brought up this conversation with my roommate and just talking about, like, what is truly, like, our retirement strategy.
Okay.
And it got really, really funny. Because in talking through it, she was just like, oh, I just plan on taking all-inclusive vacations. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, everything's cost. Like, you're all covered, and all you do is go on different all-inclusive vacations. That's all you do. Because they're about $2,500 a week. And so I was like, okay, let's talk this through. So we talked about we're doing cruises. We're going to all-inclusive resorts. Because then our housing is included in that, food is included in that, most time entertainment's included in that. Some places the booze is included in that. So you have no other financial responsibilities other than taking vacations. So in talking with her, I was like, okay, well, when are we starting this? And then we planned on, like, 70. By the time, let's be honest, we get there, it's not going to be no 60-something. It's going to be 70.
No. But 70 is the new 40 or something. Whatever people are saying. 70 is the new 40, so don't worry about it. I'm technically, if I'm 30, I'm technically like 12, so it's fine.
Yeah, so then as we were talking it through, she's so funny, but I was like, okay, and then how many years do you plan on living? And she was just like, fuck, Joe, why do you always have to go there? And I'm like, well, that's what I do for a living. I am operations and project and risk analysis. Like, so my brain just naturally goes there. I was like, okay, we're retiring at 70. How long do we plan on living? And then we decided till 90. Our goal was 90.
So so if you're supposed to have 3.2 million by the time, let's say you're 70 and you retire.
Right.
So you're spending the next 20 years of your life like Hugh Hefner, basically.
Right, just traveling. However, the exciting thing was when we calculated it out, I think it was only like 2.2 or something million. I was like, oh, only. She's like, only. And that's when I told her, I was like, well, my bank said I need 3.5, so I'm already knocking this shit down. So that's exciting to me. Like, okay, we can do this. And then, of course, I had to take it one step further. So far, we're retiring and going on all-inclusive vacations until we supposedly target diet.
Isn't that great advice?
At 90.
That's something I can get behind, all-inclusive vacations.
What would your natural thought be?
For retirement?
Well, no, like once, I was just like, so what happens if we live to 91? We've just depleted all of our money. Like, now we're 91.
Well, I think you got to store some of it because you also want to leave behind for people as well, correct? Or is that what your life insurance covers?
I don't know.
I have life insurance. I've had it since I was 20. My own, not on my mother's, my own. I think it's because I'm also slightly insane. I've been paying my own life insurance, and I have no idea what it's for.
I don't.
No clue.
Well, don't worry.
Clue. I don't know. I don't know what it's for. So is life insurance? You guys, you have our tweet, all that stuff. Tweet me. I want to know. What am I paying my life insurance for? What's it covering? I know it covers my funeral and all of my death expenses, but I'm really curious of knowing if at the time I have children or a husband, is there extra money behind for them? Or do I need to get on this like 3.2 million retirement thing that Joe has too to take care of my family? So do I have to take like maybe one all-inclusive vacation and the rest has to go to like my kids? I really want to know that. I don't know. So I don't know.
Let us know.
I don't know what happens when you live at... Yeah.
So that's what we had to figure out in our strategy.
That's what they should be teaching you in school.
If we live past 90...
Which my grandfather is
we
93,
have
so.
option 1. Suicide. And I figured by the time we're 90... Let's all be honest, assisted suicide will probably be a thing of the norm because health insurance companies will cover it because they want to stop paying for all us to live that long. So they'll be like, yeah, we'll cover euthanizing you and just putting you down. So if that's not legal come 90, because we have no more money on this plan. We just spent it all on all-inclusive vacations. And now, we're 90. We didn't plan on living past 90. Or we take the final, so there's that. Or suicide. So our final all-inclusive would be a cruise and we just jump off in the middle of the ocean and happy birthday to us. There we go.
Okay.
Then there's option 2. 2A is we commit a capital crime where the death penalty is there. But we kind of don't like that because none of us are really that crazy and we don't want to really do that. So
I am definitely not opting to that one.
If we can't do suicide,
oh my God,
we have to figure out how.
I gotta commit a capital crime in order to go on all-inclusive vacations.
But you're 91.
True.
So then we figured
if you kill someone at 91, it's like
put us down. But we figured
not even.
None of us are.
Whatever.
None of us are really. We don't want to kill people. So
certainly not.
But
certainly not.
Things might change in the next 60 years. So then option 2B, just commit a crime and go to jail. Because let's all be serious. You don't got to pay for anything while you're in jail. You're taken care of. Not glamorously, but... And also, who's going to fuck with a 90-year-old? I can drop the soap all I want at 90, probably. Ain't no one going to be doing nothing there. No one's going to attack or harass a 90-year-old in jail. If you've been in jail or know someone in jail, and I'm totally fucking wrong because I don't know any of this, I just assumed a 90-year-old person in jail would not be anyone's target. I mean, I watch Orange is the New Black. The old people just sit at their own little table and no one bothers them. So that is currently my retirement plan.
In all honesty, isn't this some of the best
70,
retirement you've heard? Because
all-inclusive vacations till 90.
Kill someone. Commit a crime.
Assisted suicide or suicide option 1. And if not, jail. So, there's that. That's retirement.
Life. It's a great life.
Let us know what you think of my little strategy there.
Okay. I like it.
So, when you hit 30 and are in it, what was one of your oh wow, I seriously have to start thinking about these things?
Well, definitely I think the kids option is something
that's a big one.
People are like, oh, you're 30. Are you going to have children soon?
The gays don't get asked that quite as often.
No. Here's the real deal. So, in all honesty, I'm on the phone with my best friend a couple weeks ago, and she just tells me, she bought this house in upstate New York, that is a good amount of money. And as she told me as I went on Zillow, where the house, where you can Facebook for houses, I saw the asking price of the house, and it stopped me literally in my tracks because that same day I had just told Eric my boyfriend, oh, don't stop at Soonhua on 36th Ave and get Chinese. We can't afford it. And my best friend just bought a home. Like a home with like her things, all her things. And it started to make me think, even beyond kids, which is a topic I would really love to talk about with women and men out there, because it's a whole other bag of tricks. But property is something that I didn't even think about.
That helped fuel my retirement woes, because I realized that's why people buy property.
Why?
So you take out a 30-year mortgage at 30, your property and home is supposedly paid off by the time you retire, so you don't have that payment. Where if you're just renting, you still have to cover rent expenses.
That's true.
In retirement. So that's, I think, also what helps people retire.
But a lot of people sell their homes and then move to Florida, and then they're paying rent.
People
or they
don't
buying
stay in their homes that long. But that's why I was like, do I need to start focusing on buying property too?
But I think people have started later in life. So, if, for example, my boyfriend's parents, by the time Eric's parents were our age, they had kids. Ryan and Eric, and like Nicole was on her way. They owned a home.
Same thing.
So by the time they're now in their 60s, they're reaping the benefits. Mike is golfing. Rachel's like, she, works at the golf course for fun. Like, it's a different life. Because they don't have to
worry about a mortgage payment anymore.
Right. And now they're going to buy a new place to live because they can.
I'm with you. I am in no way, shape, or form anywhere prepared in my life to buy anything.
No. And I think, well, also I don't know.
We're in New York City, people, so
I've chosen a different.
You tell us how we buy anything that's worth living in.
It's kind of impossible, and I think with property too, that's something I'm very curious about, because I really, as my best friend told me this, it dawned on me that all of my closest girlfriends, all of them, except for me, Allison, Katie, Kate, Jackie. Everybody.
Do they live in cities?
They all live in upstate New York, or Al lives in Raleigh, North Carolina. So what I'm talking about is being
Urbanites
an adult
out there.
In the urban environments. New York,
Chicago,
Boston, Chicago,
DC.
But also
LA.
people go to these places and they have, they have their investment bankers, they have different jobs then.
With those people, yeah. I don't ever really go south of Canal. Sorry. I don't feel like I belong in the financial district.
I think... No, true. Absolutely true.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Retirement.
I'm very interested in retirement and owning property. I think they're two things that apparently I was supposed to have down by 30. Oops.
Well,
I don't. I have no money for retirement. Totally going to go out there and say that. Not a penny. And property, I mean... What do I own? Do you own anything? Let's leave it on this note. Do you own anything? You don't own a car?
Besides I do own a car.
Joe has property.
My parents have it.
Okay.
But
a car depreciates the minute you put your hand on the wheel.
Right. That's
which is why I never understand why people buy cars.
Money.
Can we talk about this?
Right.
Why has anyone ever bought a car in their life? The minute you put your hand on the wheel, it depreciates. Like on game shows, they're like, you've won a car. I'm like, I don't want the car. I want the money. The minute I take the car off the lot, it depreciates. You haven't given me a gift.
All right, we'll get into a whole nother episode on that.
Thank you.
But yeah, no.
I don't own
Besides
anything.
my furniture, I don't own anything that I'm gonna return.
I own a NutriBullet.
We talk about it now.
And a pair of Fry boots.
All right,
guys, email us, tweet us. All the things, all the internet things, and let us know. I want to know about what property you own. I want you to tell me about what my life insurance is really for, and if you agree or disagree with Joe's retirement plan of...
Because remember, in it...
committing a capital crime.
We don't have to own property because we're just going on vacations.
All-inclusive vacations.
It takes the stress of trying to buy a home right now, right out of our lives.
Get on it. And next time I want to talk about kids, too, because I think that's a whole other...
We'll get more into children.
It's a lot.
Not on my bucket list...
On my bucket list, so we'll chat about it.
All right.
Okay.
All right, till next time.
Thanks, guys. Tune in. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
And remember, it's never too late to talk about it now.
Nope.